For the very first time ever, how to pull this mozzarella, these balls. It was really, really interesting, and we're gonna have the recipe for this particular dish, I say right there, on our website. Now, we're gonna provide something else for you, which I think is even more delicious perhaps, or at least just kind of complements it really well, in that we're gonna make a homemade marinara sauce.
Fresh marinara sauce, correct. I chose this because it's easy, it's fast, and there's not a kid out there who doesn't like it.
Oh, it's true.
We had toyed with some other sauces, but this one works. You start with olive oil, crush your garlic in it, and you're gonna let that get hot. The key to all sauces when you are making them is do not burn the garlic.
Okay.
If it gets too brown, toss it.
Ski. Yeah.
You're done, and start over.
Okay.
So this is gonna cook up a little bit.
Now, is there a fragrance kind of threshold where we're gonna know, okay, that's the smell right there?
Excellent question, because it's true. And a lot of times, I'll get this out of your way, I do this, and you can just see it bubble a little bit. I'm gonna play with this stove, and then I'll bring my mouth and my face, you just smell it. And you smell it. If you put your nose in there, you can start to smell it.
A little bit, yeah.
And the warmer it gets,
the more aromatic it becomes?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now,
now I'm smelling it.
You're smelling it. That was an excellent question, because I was going to do an arrabbiata sauce on this segment, which is a spicy marinara sauce. And the biggest problem the biggest mistake I should say that they make is that they don't put the crushed red pepper in now. You would heat it up exactly at the same time you would do this, and it brings out all the heat from the crushed red peppers.
So our friends at home should know, when the first time she sent me down there to smell it, and she smelled it, you could really, the predominant smell was the olive oil. Now we're starting to smell the aroma of the garlic, so now we know that that's the point where we would add.
You're going to add tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
No, I prefer, you can your own, or you could go buy a can at the store, which works great. Take whole.
That looks fresh.
Well,
fresh is best in your world.
Fresh is best in my world. You just take it, Cuisinart, blender, anything, whole tomatoes from a can, put it in, zoom them. This whole thing is fast, which is why I picked it.
Okay.
People don't realize how quickly they can make good food at home. So you'll see our bubbles.
Okay.
See how that's going?
Yeah, I do.
There we go. If you smelled it again, you would just smell it all the stronger.
Yeah.
Due to time constraint, we are going to add our tomatoes directly in. I don't want to splash anybody. Now, you want to see how easy this is?
Yes, I do.
Thus far,
what do you need?
You grab
salt and pepper?
Grab all three. Start with your salt.
Is this garlic powder?
Yep. Just bring it over.
Okay.
Put whatever you want. I would put a little bit more. Tomatoes done. Perfect.
How much garlic did you put in there?
I put 2 cloves in. You can go 3, 4, depending. It just is perfect.
Just move.
Let's try the garlic powder.
Oh, because we need more garlic.
You're good?
It smells so good.
Now take
I like garlic.
a few basil leaves.
Okay. Are we
put them
rolling them or no?
No, just throw them in. I'm telling you, perfect. Can't overdo it. That's the best part about Italian cooking, at least how I see it. You just throw stuff in. People always ask, especially since I started Gina's Homemade, well, how much of this, how much of that, teaspoons, cups? I say, you got to play with it. Throw it in.
Play it around. Okay.
Because this is going to boil, and it's going to boil for a few minutes, and you have your sauce.
That's it?
That is it.
Are we going to see the blending of the oil and the tomatoes a little bit the more it warms up, or is it?
This would heat would be great.
Okay.
Just a little bit more. Now, the biggest, no, I should say the biggest, but the other little trick is sometimes tomatoes are acidic. And depending on your can of tomatoes, you could use the same brand all the time and not get the same taste. And if the tomatoes are a little too acidic, this is our trick. Excuse me, I forgot to grab.
And how we'll know it just because it'll have a little bit more of just a bite to the tomatoes.
Correct.
Okay.
This is heavy cream. You can use half and half. You can use fat-free. Half and half. You can use heavy cream. There you go. You just cut your acid on your tomatoes. Stir it all up.
What if we over-seasoned with the same hold true, like say we put too much garlic or too much salt?
You can never put too much garlic. Rule 1.
Okay.
You just can't. Pepper. The salt, if you over-salt your sauce, do not salt your water.
Gotcha. Okay.
And because that pasta will really suck it all up for, I mean, it just really is that easy.
That's it.
That is it. That is
Why am I buying like ragu?
You're not allowed to say that word.
I'm sorry.
No, I've tasted that. I've tasted others, and I thought,
oh, people, this is so good. It's so fresh.
And you just That's it.
That's it.
And you can say you've cooked your home meal right there.
Andy, easy, and I think the boys would love that.
You know what, I was just going to ask you, did you bring your Tupperware?